Wild night of racing there at Indy. We are going to talk a lot about the lines that I alluded to during my track analysis video, starting off with this quad after the start. And really the only rider that I saw do it was Sexton and Deegan. And Deegan yet again is that kid on the 250 that is able to do things on the bike that the 450s are either not doing or B, doing the same lines, which is spectacular. But let's watch Deegan, because looking at Sexton, he's got the horsepower to do it. And I only saw him do it like twice in the main event, but I did feel like this was much faster. But looking at Deegan, here, I'll do it in slow-mo. Look at how he is driving down with his heels to get that front wheel off, almost to somewhat bunny hop off that step over. And then look how he cases it and basically just accelerates and has that front wheel not land until basically almost on the face of the quad. There, finds a rut and just preloads. Again, driving down with his heels, and is able to just lift that front wheel way high so that he knows that he's going to case it. But dude, have you ever looked so smooth casing a quad? You can see him tap the rear brake so that that rear wheel is not spinning to where that front wheel is not going to go any higher. And boom, he makes it look easy. Here, we'll watch it in real time. Man, the amount of force able to do that is insane. And I do have to say, yes, it is a quad, and we have confirmation by what Deegan said on the podium.
Yeah, I ended up airing out that quad or whatever you call
it. That's exactly what it is. End of story. It's a quad. Yes, I know there's a tabletop there, but there's two lips, so it is a quad. This, to me, impressed the hell out of me. I talked a lot about guys going inside to outside in the sand, and watch Sexton as he goes inside, doubles to the outside, then doubles again, and then off a no lip, he's able to basically off the track jump and get his front wheel over this lip that has something on the inside that we didn't even see a lot of guys do. But yes, it was the fast line to try to jump over this. But look at Sexton, just the creativity of him able to get over that. He was so fast in the sand. I argue that he was the fastest guy in the sand. Look at this, making his own lines. Going to double to the outside, then double again, keep that momentum up, just go around everything and launch off a nothing and get all the way up and over that. And because of the ruts, we saw a lot of guys trying to keep their front wheel light by wheeling over stuff. Here's Deegan, triple, 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 and then, oh, if you saw that, what he does right there at the end is he jumps off the last whoop, gets that front wheel high, and basically lands on top of the tabletop on the off-camber corner. Only rider I saw do that, the only time I saw him do that, but it was incredibly fast. And here, I also thought that this was fast by RJ. Malcolm was jumping into the whoops, and so was RJ. I thought guys might be able to jump and land into the first whoop, but then afterwards, as opposed to jumping through him, RJ was able to somewhat skim, which was fast. Really, the only guy that was going the fastest through the whoops was this little SOB, Cole Davies, where he just accelerates off the landing, and look how fast he is. Da-da-da-da-da. Through a section that none of the pros were doing. Even the winner, Seth, ended up just doubling through the whoops, which tells you how talented this guy is. I can't believe he hasn't gotten a win yet, but he is young, and he has been the youngest rider to lead the most laps without winning a race. But right now, a couple guys doing into the whoops. That double in with some scrub I thought was quick. But again, the fastest was this little kid on the Yamaha. Everyone opted to double. The drone shot did a spectacular job with showing these ruts. Again, in my track analysis video, I was talking about this section where these guys may be able to quad, maybe land on top, and it turns out that they were able to land on top. But these guys have to triple into this section and then land sitting down to then seat bounce to triple on top to then jump off. And the track guys did change the track just a bit by taking down the wall jump here so that these guys could almost make it out of a double and also make a lip on this tabletop, which they needed to do something to make it flowy. However, what I'm alluding to right here is that these guys setting up after a gnarly rut, then to be able to triple and land inside a rut. This right here is the scariest thing about Supercross, and especially on the East Coast. It's one thing to be able to do the section. It's another thing to be able to land in the effing ruts and act like they're not even there. That is just another level of these Supercross riders. If you ask any of them, they don't really see them. And if you ask them how they do it, they say, well, you just pick one and you accelerate. Yes, I know. It sounds ridiculous, but that's how it is. They just pick a line. The chances of cross-rutting here for mere mortals is high. However, for these pros, they're able to do it. This, to me, was the sketchiest part of the track. And if you're trying not to get sketchy, go join Coach Rob's membership, where he has a youth program and he's able to have MX and off-road specific protocols for strength and flexibility, nutrition resources, and mental development. So make sure you go to CompleteRacingSolutions.com and you sign up for his monthly membership. It is an incredible value. Some of the other things I saw Deegan do that really none of the other riders was doing was after the quad, I said it was faster to triple in and then try to over jump into the tabletop. And he was making up a lot of time by doing so. And yes, he was riding a little bit over his head, which ultimately made him miss that quad and go off the track, but he was still able to get on the podium. However, this guy probably should have won the race, in my opinion. So nothing against Seth, but this is just the guy that we all expect to win, and he was the fastest guy on the track. Anstie, smooth as fuck. Watch what he does after the sand section. Just this beautiful, just grab the throttle on that Star Yamaha and come over the start stretch, and you're able to freaking just wheelie over the first bump to downside, so then you can triple into the section. Crazy. We'll watch that in real time. And he doesn't even really preload. He just grabs gas. Rot. Where if you watch Cody Shock, Cody's actually having to try to wheelie. He's trying to lean back so that he can get the power to the rear wheel, where Anstie just has that factory motor that just... Rot. Can't say who did it better, but Anstie definitely stayed lower. And in ending, okay, Cooper Webb's been riding a lot. He's got blisters on the inside of his thumb, which is interesting. And he's using duct tape and Band-Aids to hold it together so that it's not bleeding or hurting him. I thought that was interesting. That here, they don't make anything for these guys. He's literally just using black duct tape and Band-Aids to cover up his blisters. Wild. So this is Johnny Hopper. Till next time, keep it WFO. Make sure you hit that subscribe notification icon. Bra da 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 da.